I love Overwatch. I've been playing Overwatch for quite a while. Now Overwatch 2, back in the day Overwatch 1. I started playing Overwatch because my two older brothers were playing it. And so we all started playing it together. They bought it for me for Christmas years ago. And I vividly remember exclusively playing Bastion throughout the entirety of Overwatch 1 until I guess Wrecking Ball was released. Wrecking Ball was released in 2018, I want to say. And then I just played Wrecking Ball. I didn't care back then about strategies or playing well. I just was having fun with my brothers. I remember the Egyptian level, which isn't even in Overwatch 2. I remember just having fun with Wrecking Ball, swinging around, doing my thing. And I don't even remember being good or bad. I mean, probably more bad than good. My older brother, he would exclusively just play Soldier 76. And my oldest brother, he would actually switch characters, specifically between Orisa and Mercy. And then we stopped talking. I haven't seen one of my brothers in, 4 years now. And I stopped playing for a really long time. And then Overwatch 2 launched. And I didn't dabble in it in the beginning. And then me and my girlfriend, we were looking for something to play together. And I know her, she liked the really competitive games. She used to play the multiplayer in Uncharted 4 all the time. That's what we kind of started playing together. But I kind of grew bored of the Uncharted 4 multiplayer. And I was like, you know what? You should try Overwatch. It's free now. Just download it, test it if you like it. And that became a problem because she really likes Overwatch now. She has more hours than I do even in the game. I think in total I probably had like 1,000 hours of Overwatch. I'm not a pro player by any means. I'm not crazy good at the game. I like playing mostly unranked. I like having fun. Now, I'm way better than I used to be. I main a bunch of characters now. I even switched my category to maining tank specifically. And I have some strategies. When certain characters are in the battlefield, I switch it up to change it to my tank. Or I know now how to adjust my healing to have more proficient healing. But, again, I'm not a pro player. You won't see me in the top 500. I just like having fun. But at this point, I main quite a few characters and I enjoy playing as a bunch of them. And I figured it would be a fun video to just make a top 10 video of my favorite Overwatch characters. I had so much fun recording the gameplay for this video. A couple things. First off, I'm no grandmaster, okay? You're not gonna see top tier level gameplay here. This is just about my favorite characters. I can barely get out of silver rank. I didn't even like playing ranked anyway. I feel people in ranked are dicks. There, I said it. I prefer just unranked. I feel in general the teamwork in unranked is way better than in ranked. And again, I just want to have fun. So I'm going to give you guys my top 10 favorite characters. The characters that I personally just play best with. But before I give you my list, tell me what your favorite characters are. I always like that discussion to see who mains what character. I think it's pretty interesting because everybody has different play styles. Also, the gamer tag and the footage is going to be Retro Death. That used to be my old YouTube channel, which I canned because it was blacklisted. It's a whole story. It doesn't matter. But I still keep the Retro Death gamer tag on most of my other social media and especially when gaming online. So that's why the name is Retro Death and not Legend of Retro. Number 10, Orisa. On 10th place, I have Orisa. Originally, I started playing Orisa just to branch out. Before that, there were only 2 tanks I would touch. I wouldn't touch any other tanks. And I was like, I need to diversify my gameplay. I really liked Orisa's visuals. I like her outfits. I think she has really cool costumes and stuff. And specifically, I needed a tank against Zarya and Mauga. Because fuck these guys. I don't know, something about these tanks always get to me. So I was looking to elaborate my roster. I don't want to say what 2 tanks I played before that. They're gonna come up obviously. I found Orisa to just do really well in knockback specifically, which is what I wanted for Mauga. Orisa has a really high defense capabilities, fast fire rate, and then you have the combination of a javelin and the spear twirly attack. Look, I told you I'm not a pro player. And I feel she's really good at pushing Mauga back. I have another character that I prefer using, but Orisa was really good in those situations where you have somebody like Mauga who's also supported by DPS, and you know, you just needed more bullets. I wonder what that's like, being supported by DPS. Number 9, Sigma. I love Sigma. When I started playing Overwatch, I hated Sigma. I didn't like his design. There was something that just bothered me about this barefooted guy floating in the air. I didn't get it. And then Mauga launched, and Mauga just destroyed the tanks I was playing at that time. And Mauga destroys everybody I was playing with. I don't understand. I needed a weapon. So I literally was just looking online. I was reading on Reddit. I was looking everywhere to see who people recommended to use against Mauga. And Sigma always came up. And I'm like, I don't like this guy. Fine, I'll start using Sigma. And I just fell in love with Sigma. Not only is he the perfect weapon against Mauga, when you have the combination of his shield that he can launch any distance. I once tried this out. You can literally launch his shield until it vanishes. It's crazy. And in combination, like you can switch between the shield and the black hole absorption, so that by the time the black hole finished absorbing all the bullets Mauga has, your shield is basically back again. And then you have the rock throw, the gravitational rock throw that can literally throw Mauga on the floor. I feel no tank can take as many bullets as Sigma can. On top of that, I really like the fact that his primary fire has no cooldown and no need for a reload. And on top of that, he is pretty strong. Yeah, the distance isn't the greatest, but he absolutely makes up for that, again, with all his defensive capabilities.
It's actuating the barrier.
And you know, I really like the fact that he's Dutch. That is not something you see a lot in video games. De messen zijn geslepen.
Schitterend.
Number 8. Bastion. I love Bastion. He's my OG. I mentioned it before. He's the very first character I ever made. When I started playing Overwatch 2, my play times of Bastion and Wrecking Ball, which were the only 2 characters I touched, they didn't carry over. But like Bastion was the only character I played until Wrecking Ball came out, and then I kind of switched back and forth. I love this guy. I like his design. He has really cool costumes also. But, you know, he's just a murder machine. The amount of damage this guy can do is crazy. And even now, to this day, I still, you know, I have characters I like better now to play as. The main reason I started branching out from Bastion is because I got bored of playing him. You know, his moveset isn't very elaborate. He has like a Gatling gun and a normal gun that's basically a Gatling gun and a bomb. And that's it. I do like that you can use the bomb for jump mechanics to get on higher places. But in general, it's all just heavy duty damage stuff. I just got bored of it, so I wanted to play other characters. But I always come back to Bastion when I need some heavy duty fire. When there's a Mercy and a Pharah in the air, I still feel Bastion is one of the more well suited heroes to take care of flying enemies. Also when you have a tank and your tank is being attacked by too many DPS at the same time, and it just gets crazy. I feel Bastion can mow down a lot of people really fast. Number 7. Wrecking Ball. My second OG boy. So I actually never played Wrecking Ball anymore since Overwatch 2 launched. I just felt it was really hard to get good kills with him. And I know, I mean, the way I see it, it's not the tank's jobs necessary to get kills. Even less so for Wrecking Ball. But, you know, I felt I was getting like barely any kills with him. I got this minefield like once if I was lucky. I don't know, something was just off. And then recently, like a few months ago, they gave Wrecking Ball a complete rework. And since then, he just clicked with me again. I like the idea that the adaptive shield now, I can spread it around as surplus health for my teammates. And I use this quite often. There's certain levels when you have like a lot of small streets like King's Row or Eichenwalde, and that ability just really comes in handy. I feel I get way more. I don't know if by now I'm just better than I used to be. It might make sense. I don't know. But I can get his minefield now 3 times in a match. Easy. I like the fact that often it was hard to get in high places and now you can just retract the grapple. And, you know, I just feel like I shoot better. I don't know. I use it's all about the bowling mechanics, using the swinging a lot more. I don't know, I feel he just gels with me way more than he used to. And honestly, I had never been so excited for a new hero, even now to this day. Because it's just a hamster and a robot. He's funny as hell. He got some great designs. I just absolutely love this guy. Number 6. Actually, Pharah is very similar to Wrecking Ball. Now, I never played her before in Overwatch 1. But in Overwatch 2, I often wanted to play as Pharah, but I never could. Every time I tried to fly with her, it didn't work the way the buttons were assigned, or you tried to reassign it. Something about her flying for me was so awkward. I couldn't get it done, and I kept trying again, and I was like, I just can't. And I just have to accept Pharah is not for me. And then they reworked her. Mwah. All of a sudden, I tried her again, and now I'm like, it's like a symphony of destruction. I don't know what, but the few changes they made to her flying capabilities absolutely changed the controls used even. And I can just fly really well with her while shooting at the same time. And I love her chaotic gameplay now. The one thing I wish is that during the April Fool's event, they gave her a move where if you held down the button, she would crash down onto the earth. I secretly wish they would just give her that move, because it would help a lot with like healing, for example, or if you need to get down fast below an area or whatever. But yeah, I love Pharah. I like her design, her character, and she's just wicked fun to play with. Like, I feel not many heroes rival the damage output of Pharah. She's just absolutely amazing. It just clicked instantly since that rework. Number 5. Zenyatta. Zenyatta is strange. I used to hate seeing Zenyatta on the battlefield. I didn't understand this character. I was thinking, like, why would people play this guy? You see him floating around. I don't understand it. He is weird. And then, since I started playing Overwatch 2 again, I just started trying out more characters after the whole Bastion fiasco. And Zenyatta was one of the characters I tried. And I love this guy. I love Zenyatta. I love the way he is, the way he talks, the things he says. But specifically, his ultimate is just absolutely incredible. But not only that, he's wicked powerful. I love using Zenyatta to take down tanks. He's somebody I switch to when there's a Roadhog or a Mauga, for example. I think Zenyatta is like indispensable for moments like this, because his Orb of Discord just tears people to shreds. And then I also like the fact that often when you need to do healing for Mercies or Pharahs or Genjis or Sombras, anybody who's just never fucking around you, you know, or floating in the air, Zenyatta is one of the few heroes that can just heal anybody from any distance. Now, yeah, the regeneration is a little bit slow, and often when people play Zenyatta, they don't juggle. I mean, I don't juggle, but people don't juggle his orbs around. You have to, you know, you can't just like, oh, shoot people, because yeah, he's powerful. That's why people like using him as DPS. But you need to focus on the healing, and once you place and you keep your orb on all your teammates, you can do incredible healing with Zenyatta. And yeah, I've just been maining him basically since the start. But you know, I started trying out some different characters, so he actually lost quite a few places by now. Life Weaver is pretty interesting. As I mentioned before, I mained Zen for a really long time. He was the only healer I touched. I didn't like even playing Mercy. None of the other healers just clicked with me, but often there were situations where there just wasn't enough healing being done. And I was trying different characters, and just a lot of the support characters just didn't click with me. And then Life Weaver got released. And I didn't play him originally at launch. But then I started branching out because I needed, like I said, I needed a healer that could heal more than Zen did. And I needed to be able to keep up with healers like Mercy without playing Mercy, because I don't enjoy playing as her. And then I started playing Life Weaver. And this dude is absolutely amazing. He is, at this point, I play more support than I did before. But Life Weaver is without a doubt my greatest healer. I can easily, in a match where I would normally heal maybe 3-4k with Zen, I can easily get to 9-10k with Life Weaver. Life Weaver can heal anybody from anywhere. He's basically Zen on steroids. People flying around, Genjis again, Sombras, Pharah, you can heal anybody, and way faster and way more than Zen could. Not only that, I just love the versatility of Life Weaver's moveset. I like using the petal and lift it up to maybe heal from above. Or when you have a Bob or Exploding Diva, to use his petal to lift them up so that the team is out of danger. I like using the petal to like raise a Widowmaker on my team, for example. And I like it that his life grip can grip people out of ultimates, whether it's Mauga, Orisa, Sigma. Like, Life Weaver can grab people out of ultimates. When you have Roadhog throwing somebody off the cliff, you can life grip them back. When somebody's being cornered, you can life grip them away. I know a lot of people are not a fan of being life gripped, but I don't care. I love that move, and I will keep fine-tuning it and keep using it. It's all about how you use it. Life Weaver can be absolutely incredible with decent life grips, and that's all that it comes down to. I just love that move. Number 3, Roadhog. I love Roadhog. I don't even know how I started playing him. I think because I wanted to play a tank when I started playing Overwatch again. And again, Wrecking Ball just wasn't gelling with me, even in the beginning of Overwatch 2. And then I started playing Roadhog, and the main reason I started playing him is his hook. I love Roadhog's hook. I like yanking Mercies out of the sky. I like yanking Pharahs out of the sky. 2-shot, bam, dead. You know, they changed the game a little bit. It's hard to one-shot these days, but you can still kill pretty good with him. I like that he's this big-ass guy. He can heal himself, because often as a tank, please, where's my healing? But I can switch to Roadhog. He can heal himself. I like his ultimate also. It's crazy. It's really good for crowd control. And then they reworked my guy, and I was already pretty decent with him, I feel. He was my best character still up until that point, Roadhog. and then they reworked him, and the healing just became even better. And not only that, they gave him a new move. Come on, the Pigpen. They absolutely went nuts with the crowd control. So now you can throw down a Pigpen on very strategic locations for when people come in. But not only that, you can just yank people into the Pigpen. You can one-hit kill them again with that. It is just nuts. I feel, especially when Roadhog is being healed by support, he's almost unbeatable because of his own healing abilities as well. I like using Roadhog because I have an aggressive playstyle. I like using Roadhog in the beginning of a match when you have the hybrid matches, for example. You have to capture an escort to move it along. I think Roadhog is really good for intense, massive attacks, full frontal, and he also really works good once you're in the area for crowd control, especially since his rework. Like, that rework was so necessary for Roadhog. As I mentioned before, I have an aggressive playstyle, which is why the tank role is so suited for me. And especially Roadhog, he's a tidal wave of absolute destruction.
Play of the game.
Such a lack of awareness.
Number 2, Symmetra. I started playing Symmetra only because when I saw other people play with her, it looks like so much fun to just place her lasers on the battlefield. That's the only reason. And then she became a really good weapon against Sombras and Tracers. And then, for my doing, I started getting really good with her really fast. She's probably the character I can get the most kills with these days. She's absolutely, second place. She's absolutely one of my favorite characters. I love placing her lasers, and she has her own beam, which like upgrades as she's using it. You can just mow down people like one by one. Like, it's nuts how strong Symmetra is. And then on top of that, she has like the teleporter, and you can use the teleport even to teleport mechs through, or like a Junkerrat's wheel, or your own lasers. I like using the teleporter to get into higher places. I like placing the teleporter in the areas so that the team can like kind of scope the area and then come back instantly. I really like using her teleport. It's a very cool move, I feel. And then of course, her ultimate. I love this ultimate. I like using characters with shields, and this is just the ultimate shield. I like how you can choose how you want to place the shield. You can literally cut the entire map in half. It is crazy how cool that ultimate is. So then you combine the ultimate with the lasers and you dance in between them. It is absolutely ridiculous. And then, when she attacks other shields with the laser also, she literally regains ammo and shield. She's a tank killer. It is absolutely ridiculous. I love her from her design to her attacks. She is perfection by design. Number 1! Is it obvious yet that I'm a tank main? Then Ramatra. When Ramatra was released, I wanted to use him so bad. I wanted to main this guy so bad. I thought he looked so cool. I loved his design. And not that, specifically his voice clips.
Was it worth it?
I love the way he talks. I love his role, his lore. He is so cool, and I just couldn't play as him. I just couldn't get a hang of his moveset. Something about it just didn't work. And I just kept trying. I kept trying over and over, forcing myself to play this guy just because I thought he was so cool. And at one point, it just worked. And I think I have to thank Sigma for that. When I started maining Sigma, specifically to counter Malga, I got used to using shield more. I played Reinhardt for a long time before that. You can see he's not on this list, Reinhardt. Because Reinhardt, once his shield is up, he just dies basically if he doesn't have protection. And Sigma could use his shield all over the place. And I think that specifically helped me understand how to play Ramatra. So you have the shields from Sigma, and then you have the high fire rate from Orisa. So the tanks I was playing before started forming me to play Ramatra. I'm still pissed that they basically canned the PvE elements. I loved the story mode they had created. You had 3 missions, a lot of cool cutscenes, and then once you completed them, you had this bonus cutscene. My god, my heart, I just couldn't take it anymore. It's like my favorite characters, the story was gonna go nuts, and then they were like, gone.
Brother Ramatra, it saddens me to hear of your decision to leave us. I do hope you find what you are looking for outside of our gates.
Thank you, Master Mondata. I regret that my path takes me from your teachings, but I am no longer certain that the answers for our people can be found at the monastery.
It makes me so mad because I love Ramatra, he's so cool, and I like the fact that he can place his shield anywhere I want. He is completely free. Of course, it has a huge drawback. It doesn't last very long. You have to learn to use it strategically. But you combine his shield with his extreme long distance, massive hyper fire rate, fire attacks, and then the main thing I love about Ramatra's playstyle is his shield. The fact that he can place his shield anywhere he wants, from any distance, high, low, on the ledge. You can save your teammates from any distance instantly. Because even Sigma's shield takes time to travel. Ramatra's shield is instantly. So yeah, it lasts shorter, you know, because Sigma's shield, it stays until it's destroyed. Ramatra's shield doesn't do that, but again, the bonus effect of that is that you can place it anywhere. Diva comes in, exploding mag, boom, you raise your shield, everybody is saved. And I just love that. I like the fact that when there's a lot of DPS coming, you can put your shield all the way over there and then attack people all the way over there at the same time. And then you have somebody come up behind me, you go into Nemesis form and you beat the shit out of everybody. This Nemesis, see, I don't like characters like Genji and Doomfist who just are really close combat. Something for that in first person just doesn't work for me. But something about Ramatra's combo attack, it just clicks. It's like perfect. I can destroy a diva from beginning to end in seconds with all his moves combined. I like the fact that you just punch somebody twice and they're dead. You follow them around and he uses ultimate and everything grows. Like, I think Ramatra just clicks with me on every single level. From the person that he is, from the attacks that he does, from the looks that he has. Again, give this guy more outfits. Just like Light Weaver, Ramatra is getting screwed. I was so excited for the Transformers collab, and his Megatron looks a bit funky. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting something a bit cooler. So yeah, I hope he gets a little bit more love in the future. As you can tell, 5 of my 10 characters were tanks. I don't know what it is. I like the disruptive gameplay. I like just driving people mad. Whether it's swinging way instantly into the objective as a wrecking ball or strategic battles with Ramatra. I like the disruptive gameplay of tanks. Just Roadhog steaming through. I just love tanks. I like, tanks tend to get a lot of hate. But they're by far my preferred style of gameplay. I like protecting my allies as much as I can while trying to force towards the objective. I think that's the most fun for me when it comes to Overwatch. Tank is just really the category that fits most with my playstyle. That's why I love so many of the tanks. I think we have a lot of great variety in the tanks even. I'm still hoping one day for a tank that can fly better than Diva. And I'm still hoping for a support character that is not a sex god, okay? Like, can we just have a support character that is just massive and hideous looking? Something crazy. I just want a crazy support design. Because again, I was so excited for Space Ranger. I love her design, but again, it's another slim, good-looking support character, you know. I just wish we did something crazy again. Like when Wrecking Ball was released, that's why I like Wrecking Ball. He's a crazy design character. And I feel the last bunch of characters that were released were all very normal looking. I just wish they would do something crazy again. Specifically something crazy with a support character. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought of my picks, but more specifically, let me know what your picks are. What are your favorite characters? And subscribe, because I mentioned before, I'm going to make a video at some point also talking about my least favorite characters. There's going to be so much hate in this video, I'm telling you. There's characters that I absolutely cannot stand, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I will also record my gameplay with those characters that I can't stand. That's going to be something. Subscribe. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you on the battlefield.
Did it with haste. Everything's going according to plan.
Merci. Catch you later.